Today's video is building on last week's. Guess what we are building? Buildups. This is going to be a fun one. I know for a fact a lot of you hate making these, but they might actually be my favorite bit to make. And today I may have just a tip or more for you to get you to love these too. What is a build-up? A build-up fills in a couple of neat functions. First and foremost, it transitions from break to... no. If transition was the first word that came to mind, we may have figured out why you hate these. A build-up can of course just be a boring compilation of transitional elements, but that's boring. They are as much part of your song as the drop and the break. I like to think of them like bridges in normal music. A bridge is a contrasting section that prepares for the return of the original material section. According to Wikipedia, to translate, a bridge is fucking different.
Baby, has your heart gone numb? Wouldn't it be nice to have a little fun? One more trip around the sun.
Contrast. In Hardstyle it can be pretty easy to incorporate something like this. The difference, or contrast, is quite the loose term. If you change the chord progression or the group of the drums, you have made contrast. And this of course allows a ton of creative freedom in ways unrivaled by drops or breaks. This is what makes build-ups by far my favorite bit to make, because while lacking the satisfaction of the drop, they make up for in creative freedom. You can go with a long classic slow building build-up of course, or if you have vocals you can keep it part of the song for longer, either by leaving it intact or chopping it up. You can alter the melody, the chords, the drums, etc. You can introduce your kicks or very different kicks for the surprise twist. You can alter the entire vibe into other genres. It is literally a full free creative freedom free pass. Huh.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a little fun? One more trip around the sun. Wouldn't it be nice to have a little fun? One more trip around the sun.
Contrast is quite the fun thing. You know what else is a neat trick to make more contrast? Fake drops. Yep, pull out, tease a bit, go back in. Fake drops are really fun because again, anything goes. A weak kick for a few bits sure works, or, if you're creative, just assorted weird shit. This is usually where I browse my weirdest presets. However, anything fucking goes, even just a dry percussion and vocal chops work great. Pick up a vibe and run with it. The flow is of course something to keep in mind as well. The rhythm is quite the important addition. Hi-hat loops, snare builders, top kick loops and all sound like a fantastic product you can get for only 5 buckaroos at my Gumroad. I mean, you can make them yourself and they add a lot of energy to your build. Because while being flexible regarding creativity, we do want it to build in energy while getting slightly thinner over time. To learn how to achieve that every time you may want to watch till the end, as I have an entire chapter about just that. But drums help a lot with actually maintaining the energy. I keep my build-ups 7 bars long. Of course you can do anything that fits the song, but I want 1 bar of nothing before the drop, and it's less awkward to cut that from the build-up than from the drop. This 1 bar of nothingness is not just nothing of course. If you have a vocal, let it run there, but if not, ambient reverb and assorted drum fills will do the trick just right. Hell yeah, this is where the magic fucking happens. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm stoked about this so much I kind of made an entire video about it earlier this year. But today is all about build-ups. As mentioned earlier in this video, you can manage energy with a few simple tricks. The simple trick? Automation. I like to split this part into creative and energy management. On the latter, which is the most important, we can be brief. Your build-up needs to build tension, but it should decrease in power, in order to make the drop pop. On your bass heavy elements you can simply automate an EQ with a low shelf to slowly press the low frequencies. If you would press instead of cut, it sounds a lot more natural. And to preserve this natural feeling you can just ease in this effect. Now that the boring part's out of the way, we can do the fucked up shit. Automation can increase the energy and the flow in two ways. Either by introducing a volume LFO like Kickstart or an actual LFO with a freely automatable speed. This will add drive to your otherwise plain elements and can even be used to make a single dragged out lead note into quite the fun sound. You can make your own risers from vocal chops, leads, arps, etc. If you automate the pitch or even just add a pitchable bit crusher, this is why I didn't mention risers earlier in this video. Most risers will just lay on top of your track instead of blending in. Some more disgustingly than others. Sweeps can be safe and bleeps can go bleep themselves. If you know how an EQ works, you can often troubleshoot for the other fucked up ideas you have. Perhaps you'd like to distort a sound slowly in the build-up. That's fun, but it increases volume and adds frequencies you may not like to have. To compensate for that, you can automate the troublesome areas accordingly. As said earlier, you can introduce parts of other genres into your build-up. I found psytrance basses worked quite well, but the sky is of course the limit. Build-ups, in my opinion, are the most diverse part of making hardstyle.
Far away from the insanity, we explore the galaxy.
I can easily tell you how to mix a drop, as those tend to be quite straightforward. Breaks have a bit more diversity, but the moment a vocal drops in, a lot of techniques will be identical. Build-ups are different, and maybe because of that I like them so much. A well-made build-up will not just excite you about the drop, but also about the build-up itself. They can be surprising in more ways than I could list. Tell us in the comments about your favorite techniques for build-ups and what made the process click for you. Maybe I said something you disagree with, and that's fine. Music is subjective and I'd like to hear your thoughts. I read and respond to every comment, so let's help each other. If you struggle with all of this and you'd like some personal help, I do private lessons for music production where I can take you through every bit you struggle with. People who are seriously considering 5 or more lessons can get a free session to see if my methods click for them. Come say hi to see what I can do for you. With that being said, it was a true pleasure to be your host once again. Until we meet again.
I'm